when a club owner or bar owner in particular, when they ask a question, this is one of my pet peeves, and that's why I want to bring it up to you. When they ask a question like, "Well, how many people will the artist bring me?" What's he really asking? He's asking, how much food and beverage am I going to sell? Hmm. I call that a saloon keeper. Now, I've worked with other bar owners or talent buyers, and they believe in the artist. And they know that if they help develop that artist by bringing them back on a fairly regular basis to build their fan base, that artist may become loyal to that venue. And I think about the Black Keys, for example. They used to play at Musica down in Akron, and they'd play there all the time. And they built up their repertoire and their fans, and they learned stagecraft, and they learned how to be entertaining on stage. And Tony, the owner of Musica, is an artist developer. He develops artists. So now, when Black Keys are back in Akron, they'll play at his club. Now, they may charge more for a ticket price, but they're not playing down at the Akron Civic Theater, for example. Or if they do play at the Akron Civic Theater, they'll take the gig to Tony first and say, "Tony, would you be our promoter at the Akron Civic Theater?" And Tony most likely is going to say, "Heck yeah, I'll rent the theater and I'll be your promoter for that show." So it's an interesting combination between what is a talent buyer and what's a saloon keeper. And my suggestion is to avoid the saloon keepers, because all they're doing is counting people walking in the door. And if it's a bad night for the artist and they don't have enough fans come out, they might not ever get another gig, even though they might be really, really good. But that saloon keeper's counting people, and that means they're counting how many people are going to be buying food and beverage. Where the artist developer will realize, okay, it was a bad night. Maybe the weather was bad. The fans had a bigger show to go to of the same genre of music, et cetera, et cetera. But I believe in the artist and I will book them again.
What's your definition of a saloon keeper?
A saloon keeper is something that is someone that's only interested in the food and beverage.
Okay.
The band is there only to help them sell food and beverage. They're not there to help the artist grow and become a bigger act. So they'll ask a question like, "Well, how many people are you going to bring in?" That shows me, that question right there shows me that it's a saloon keeper. Now, I'm not saying don't go play these venues. I mean, certainly it's important sometimes. If like if you were to get a gig at McCarthy's, it's crowded all the time. So maybe you can get a whole bunch of new fans by playing there, but realize the only reason you're there is to sell food and beverage. You're not there because of your art. Okay, so you have to think about how this is being presented in the first place.